Hi everyone! Today I want to start a new series that will be about solving puzzles, watching me actually solving puzzles that I done in the past. So we'll be watching a video that will just show the whole process non-sped, so it will be in real time. We'll also, for the most of the videos that I plan to do, we'll see a timer. One of them that I already have pre-recorded doesn't have the timer because it slided off to the top and it's out of frame, unfortunately. So maybe I'll figure out how to how to properly show it in one of the future videos. Yeah, and so what this series will be. This series I want to be about just me watching at the videos that I took of myself. Those videos will include like one of the puzzles that is a new release, most probably from Ravensburger, maybe from other brands. Right now I have only 5 videos recorded, and all of them are with new releases from 2025 from Ravensburger, and this one is the first one. And I want to start with the banger, so in a minute or two you'll see what it's all about and which puzzle we are going to start with. But what I want to do is that for each video that I am going to record, with me talking on top of the video of the puzzling, I will make a post per video on my Instagram where I just give small points of what was said during the recording, so that you have like a concise and very shortened version of what I will be talking about, because I tend to talk a lot, so we know how it goes. And one thing is that some of the videos were recorded during the night, not during the day, so the lighting can be slightly different, because if it's recorded during the night, I have the lamp that is actually on right now, and sometimes it can cause a little bit of glare to the pieces that are on the table, but it's not that bad. I mean, the puzzle that I chose wasn't particularly bright and colorful, but you'll see it won't be that important. We'll just go through the image like I normally do during the interviews and everything. Yeah, and one thing again is that I will be doing those videos in a single take, because I'm not really good with editing, and also I don't really have that much time to edit the videos. And one thing is that in future video, maybe from the next one, maybe from the second after that, I will try to have like how is it called? The green screen. Oh yeah, like the green screen, so that I can be just squeezed into a corner, and I can show with my hands on the table that will be recorded with puzzling what I want to say. And that will be fun. Right now I will try to do it, but most often I will just say like on top of the table, on the left, on the right. I only have to remember that it's going to be... Or is it? No, it's not going to be. Never mind. Because like this is my right hand, right? So if I want to wave to my right, it will be right hand, but on the table it will be on the left side. So it will be sometimes, probably I will have some mistakes going on, but I think we'll manage. Yeah. So I think this is the moment to start. And let me show you what I have for you today. Oh yeah. So the puzzle is the Lionfish from 2025 Ravensburger releases. And this attempt that we'll be talking about is my first ever attempt with this puzzle. So if you look at my speed puzzling, my time is already different because I beat my time before going to Finnish nationals. But this one is the original one. So there are some mistakes that I improved on from the first time I did it. So we can talk about it as well. Yeah, I think that's it, right? There will be some moments where it's just like, okay, I have to do the shape sort, I have to just puzzle by shape just to look at the pieces. But I think I'll have something to say for most of it. So I think it's just the time to start looking at this. So of course you will see me start the timer, take the pieces out, flip the pieces, take out the edge and everything, and then we'll look at what is actually being done and how I proceed. So let's roll with it. Yeah, starting the timer. Okay. Yeah, and you can see that this is the first run, right? This is my known method of just opening the back like a piece of chips, is it the name? Like you have the lace or something like this. You can just pop the back open. Recently, I also developed the method of picking the edges with both of my hands. If you remember, back when I did the post on Instagram with short videos about how to flip pieces, I mentioned that I am not yet able to gather edge pieces with both of my hands. So I was flipping with both of my hands, but only collecting the edges in my right hand. And right now I am doing it with my both hands, and it significantly improved the times. So what we can see here, we can see that there are some edge pieces already collected. Most of them are in the correct orientation. So we can see that two of them are like opposite to what they should be. So I'll flip them later. There are also some puzzles, some pieces that I recognize from the picture that they have like a unique thing. If you look at the ones that are darker that I'm collecting to the bottom of the edges, you can see that they are not that much specific, but sometimes I just take them and I'm like, okay, these are the milestones. These are the pieces that will be able to show me how to recognize different sections. And so when we talk about what is actually here, you cannot see because my hand is flipping right now. There are some blue pieces. There are some pieces with the coral that is on the left. But some of them are like a very blurry coral that should be on top, that I noticed from the picture. And also there are some black ones that should be on the bottom side. There are some pieces of the whitish diagonal that is also on the picture. You can see here. We have this white diagonal, right? This is the coral, these are the blues. We'll see later on that I start with the blue, but we'll also talk about what is not that much visible on the video, and I'll just show it here. So the flip is almost done. Yeah, the flip is done in under 250. So it was longer than it usually take me. And what I'm doing, I'm just grabbing some pieces that look similar. So we have 3 pieces connected that are from the greenish diagonal on the bottom. We can see also the blues that are coming together on the top. So I always try to put the pieces of the edge already where they should be, even if I don't put them together. I just try to like rearrange them from the piles that I collected, and I just want to put them into specific places where they should be. Like, for example, you can see that I collected all of the oranges. I mean, except for the one that I just missed. We can see it in the middle of the oh, actually 2 pieces. You can see them here in the middle of the frame. Yeah. And so I am doing the parts of edge that are most recognizable. I also connected some of the edge pieces from the coral. Yeah, and you can see I'm collecting the pieces from the coral on the bottom side, so the black pieces that are kind of taller, and I'm trying to put them together. And also putting the pieces that are from the right side to the right side. So as you can tell, I am putting the pieces approximately where they belong. And that makes it so much easier. Not only for building the edge, but also it helps to have everything arranged. So after I'm done or almost done with the edge, I'll normally just go to trying to find some section that I want to sort, and now I can build it almost immediately, right? And I don't have to worry about if I have enough space, because I do. When I have the edge almost done from the beginning, I can just put the small sections that I want to do in the middle, right? In the middle of the frame. And this can be done only because I am certain that I'll be able to finish them, and I won't I won't have to worry about the fact that I maybe not be finishing them, and that they will take like some amount of space that will be hard to work with later on. But let's just roll with that. I'm most of the time trusting in my own skill. I was not able to do that for the most time that I'm doing speed puzzling, but it's just changing. Like, you have to always adapt to what you are currently able to do. So we are at 6 minutes, and we can see that the edge is maybe not almost done, but kind of in the works. And it should be connecting soon enough. And what we can see is that I have the tendency to just spread out the pieces. Oh yeah, we can see that I am grabbing the blurry pieces from the coral that I took out before, and I connected them. And also the blues that I took out, that I thought they could go together, they went together. And now I am collecting the blue section on top. And to be honest, when we look at the recording, I wouldn't say that this part is significantly easier than, for example, the orange coral, or the diagonal, or the fish. It's just the fact that when you look at the image itself of one of the pieces, like in real life, it's much easier to see the gradient that is here, because on this recording we can just tell that, okay, these are blue pieces. Why are we grabbing so many blue pieces? But to be honest, if you look at the box and on the pieces yourself, you'll see that near the edge you have more greenish shade. Closer to the fish you have more blue, then again, yeah, greenish, then it's darker. It's getting darker and more gradienty to the right side. So it's not that hard to try to place those pieces in. So with this puzzle, I always recommend to start with the blue or with the orange in the bottom right corner. But we'll see how it goes. Those blue pieces seem to be going pretty fast. And also you can see that I started putting together some pieces from the fish itself. And this is not something that I do often. It's just the fact that when I was grabbing the blue pieces, I said to myself, just take the blue pieces, don't think too much about what you're actually grabbing in your hands. So when you look at those scales on top, you can see that some of them have those bluish parts, right? So I could theoretically decide not to sort them with the blues, but I was like, okay, but then I have to make a conscious decision for each piece that I encounter to not take it with me. And so I was like, okay, but those pieces go with blue anyway if I just finish the top row, so maybe I can just grab them. And that's what I did, and you can see most of them are already connected to the blue section. And now we are taking the orange, I think. No, we seem to be taking the other part of the gradient. Yeah. So we are continuing with the blue section. Right. And the one thing that I was telling before is that I often have this problem that I'm not, I don't know for what reason, but sometimes my edge is bigger than it's supposed to be. So what it means is that when you look at the edge on the right side, right, there are only probably 2 or 3 pieces that are missing from the edge, but it looks like there are like 7 of them. So there's much more space to be filled. And it's not true. Okay, also we finished the scale, so we brought everything that was bright blue, and we connected that to the bluish part. We are filling in the most bright pieces again, and now we are going to go to the more darker pieces. Yeah, it seems to be working. Yeah, this is just shape work with the gradient, so nothing very not a big discovery here. Yes, let's see what we are taking now. Because normally I would go for the orange, but let's see what my brain decided to do for the first run. Oh, we are going for the fish. So what I'm doing is I am taking all of the pieces that have the bright stripes, because I thought to myself that the fish would be much easier than it actually ended up being. Because I think in the first run I was like, oh yeah, I think those stripes can be easy enough, like these are only stripes, so it's following the line, right? Nothing too difficult. And then I was like, yeah, it doesn't really look that easy. But yeah, I decided to just go by shapes. So we are at 12 minutes right now. And as we can see, the pieces aren't really fitting to the places that I want them to fit. And this is one thing that I think I should really focus on working on, because as you can see, it would probably be more efficient to try to build the islands around the pieces that are very easy to recognize if they fit together or not. And for some reason I am not really that good with doing that. So I'm trying to build as much to the section that I already have. And I mean, it's probably just in my head, but when I look at this, I'm like, okay, but you could have done like 4 different islands and just continue with that and rotate them and try to connect them together and go on. And eventually it seems like this is what I did, but we'll see. What comes out of it? Yeah, we're going for the orange, yes! Finally! So it seems that I collected all of the pieces for the orange part of the edge, and now all of the pieces for the... Oh, there was a misfit actually. Oh, trying to use both of my hands. Interesting. I often have difficulties with using both hands, like throughout the whole duration of puzzling one section. Because I don't know why, but my left hand sometimes just takes on the role of like how to call it in English? A role of support. Either emotional support or structural support. So what it means and what it how it will be shown probably in the later stages of the video is that I tend to have my second hand just taking the pieces that should later be used by the right hand, and the left pieces is placing them near the holes that they should go into, but it's not placing them in the holes. So it's like kind of inefficient, but kind of efficient, because I wouldn't do anything else with my left hand. So if it's doing something, then it's okay. There's debate to be have. And what we can see now, the orange section is, let's say it's done, but it's missing two pieces. I also put in some pieces to the black coral. And the one thing with this puzzle is, and this is also something that I noticed while doing it, is that you can divide the coral into like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sections, and I will talk about how to do it. But dividing the coral into 6 sections really help with like recognizes where pieces should go. But this is the story for another day. So I collected all of the pieces from the fish, and as you can see, I'm trying to put them together. In the fish, we have those pieces that have the stripes, pieces that are very red and dark, pieces that are kind of blurry and red pinkish, and this is the tail and the... Is it called the fin? No, it's not the fin. Like the thing on the side of the fish. And it's difficult to recognize which is which, especially in the first run. So I try to, again, connect the pieces to what I already have instead of building similar islands. Yeah, that's changed because this video was recorded a long time ago. This was a project that was set up a really long time ago. What we can see, I I try to go for... Yeah, we can see that I'm trying to go both for figuring the sections together and also trying to place the pieces that are like the edge of them, the outline of the fish. So I'm jumping around, never trying to commit to any specific section. I also found the pieces for the orange in the pile of fish, because I was collecting that as well. Try to rotate some of the pieces and place them where they approximately should be in the fish, so that I can fill it later and have more information about what pieces should I look for. Because the thing is that most of the time I am looking for the pieces that go into the holes. I'm not taking the pieces and trying to get them to fill the holes. I'm like a detective. I am looking at the clues that I have about what pieces I need, and I will look for them. So this is an approach that is very good for busy puzzles, but not really for something that should be done progressively. So if you are just building the islands and connecting the pieces to what you already have, like, and trying to expand as much as you can, then this approach is not really that good. And this is called like expansive, not expansive, progressive solving. At least this is what I call it. So we can see that the outline of the fish is emerging slowly and slowly. Yeah, trying to recognize the pieces still, where they should go. Now starting to building some islands, and you can see we had those two islands and I connected them. This is a good strategy when you're stuck and you're just grabbing the pieces that seem to be fitting in together, but not necessarily fitting to what you already have. So basically building from nothing. Yeah, I am kind of in a panic mode right now. When I look at this, it doesn't look very calm and collected. But yeah, I think the time for me to finally realize that I can connect the pieces is coming. Yeah, I'm just grabbing the pieces and placing them in. It should be done in a minute. Also, this recording has a very strange frame rate for some reason. If anyone has any tips of how to improve that, I will be very thankful. Yeah, the fish is almost done. So now what is left is the darkest section, and also the pieces that kind of have beige on them. It's very strange because the fish doesn't really look like it has beige pieces, but it does. And those beige pieces are here, and also kind of blue, and here. And this section it should be easy, but because of the fact that those lines are changing color as you go, it's kind of confusing when you look at the pieces alone. So probably everyone should just go, when looking at this section, and just trying to figure out it by shape, not by looking at a box. So I think we'll be finishing the fish soon, and we'll be trying to... Yeah, I think we are collecting the background. Oh yeah, and now this is 21 minutes, 22 minutes, and this is the first time when I didn't take the collected pieces and I didn't put them in the puzzling area. I placed them from some point on, I just placed them outside. Okay, now I pushed the edges closer together, so now the puzzle doesn't look as empty. Collecting some edges, trying to put them together. We might have a misfit, yeah. Okay. So that was a quick save. There are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 pieces left, and I think I should figure out that this island of 3 pieces go in. Yeah, yes, it does. It's also always funny to look at yourself and be like, but this just goes in. Why aren't you doing that? Yeah. So I had some pieces from the fish collected in the bottom. You couldn't see that because it was out of frame, but there are some pieces that I collected from the main pile and just finishing it up. We have the white diagonal pieces collected near the bottom left corner, and the background pieces collected to the left of the edge. So I'm grabbing some of them and trying to figure out where they go. And the tricky thing is with those pieces is that you really have to go by shape, but also notice the fact that those pieces here and here, they tend to have some of like a greenish patches going on in the background, and also you can find them here. So it's not really that good to follow just the gradient, because the gradient is kind of interrupted in the image. So now we are turning to doing the white diagonal, and it should work pretty well. There are some pieces that have like the last bits of the fish, and they should be easy enough to spot and also to take them out from the white diagonal section that we just sorted. And as you can see, I have them here on the bottom. They're kind of done, and now I'm just continuing by shape with the white diagonal, right? Okay, now we are certain how the edge connects to the fish, so we can place the pieces correctly. We are still missing one of the pieces from the edge on the right side and one piece on the bottom side. So right now I'm just going by shape. It's not really that complicated. As you can see, this island of 3 should already be connecting to the fish, but I am just like blind. And also I try to do like both of the sides of the diagonal in the same time, the top one and the bottom one, so I won't blame myself. Yeah, and we can see that it's going pretty fast. Those pieces probably should already be connecting to the fish and to the background on this top island that is there. Yeah, I think they do. So I should be connecting like in a minute. And also I am now collecting the background pieces on the bottom. You can see I placed them outside of the frame. Yes. Sometimes I find some of the pieces from the fish. Oh yeah, now I realize it connects. Yeah, just as I said. So now I realize that the patches of different color on the background can be distinguished from each other. So this little patch is very white and yellowish, and those ones are green. So I can just collect the pieces with the background with different colors of the patches of the background and put them either here or here. So yeah, I am just following the gradient. The patch on the top side is kind of done, as much as it can be done. And also now, as you can see, I also have this tendency to just have the main pile as concise as I can, because it helps with finding the pieces later, right? I'm not spreading them as much as I can to see everything, because I know that at the very beginning I'll just be sorting the first thing that I want to solve, right? So it's like not a big deal to have them like spread all around. I mean, some people do it, and I think their tactic is also valid, yeah. But it's just the fact like what works for you and what doesn't. So right now I'm filling in some of the pieces that I found that are very blurry, and that's why you can see that I'm doing like everything all around. Now looking at the background, I'm just doing the gradient with the piecework. So it's not that interesting to look at, but we can look at like both of my hands. As you can see, my left hand is kind of like a support, right? Oh, now I placed the piece with my left hand. Wow. So I'm placing the pieces with my left hand on the puzzle, as you can see, and my right hand is trying to fit them in. Yeah. So I am kind of providing the pieces with my left hand at the same time when my right hand is puzzling the whole thing. We are at 29. 29, and we almost have everything done except for the coral on the left, which is the most fun part of this puzzle. Okay, I want to stop for a second and I want to show you something. When we look at the image, right, we can see that the coral has different colors, but it doesn't really imply that we'll be able to find those colors or to recognize them in the main pile, right? Like, it's not always possible, and sometimes pieces look different from what they like look to be on the image. So in the image, actually, when you look at this, the top section, maybe till here, this section is very blurry and also kind of brownish and gray blackish. So if you find pieces with this texture, save it for the top part of the coral. Then we have pieces that are bright and they have kind of an orange and yellow tint to them. And so these pieces are here. This is this small patch of color on the coral. So this is our section number 2. Also, we have the pieces that are both blurry and kind of pinkish yellowish. And so this section is on the left side from the top of the fish. So it's below the first section, above the second section, but it looks kind of like a combination of both. And so we can put those pieces together quite easily here. And also, the other thing is that as we can see this image, someone would tell, okay, this is just the color, right? But when we look at this, we can tell that this part is kind of different from anything else, right? Because it's just black. And black is your friend. Like, I cannot stress it enough. If you have a section or this big coral here that looks very wibbly wobbly and black and pink and everything is everywhere, just think about if I can see, just imagine the black is white. And is anything standing out from this section of the image? Yeah, the black patch, right? So if we just collect the pieces that are very dark, very black, we should be able to put this small section together before we go for like the overall coral. So the next thing is also that we can see that here is the very pink section and it just expands till here. So we can have black section here, but also we have this section that is also very, very dark. And this is the section number 5. This was the section number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now the last thing is this pink stuff. So basically the recipe should be that we follow those sections and we should be able to finish it very quickly. And most probably we won't be even needing the shape sort. Yeah, so in ideal world, it would work like this. But we are not in the ideal world. We are in the world of first try. So let's continue with the video and see what I decided to do. Let me just... Yeah. So let's continue and see what my ideas were back then. So right now we are collecting some pieces that we are missing from the image that is not the coral, right? So the background, the fish. Some of the... This is the fish tail. The white pieces from the diagonal. We can see that I am kind of starting the section number 2 because those pieces are recognizable. I'm also collecting the pieces that have even small sections of the fish. It helps. And now we can see that I collected the dark pieces, so the section number 4. And it should help in the long run. So let's see if it helps. The section number 1 is kind of building itself at this point because it's almost done, but also kind of it's not. And I'm just trying to put together those very, very black pieces. And this is just shape work, right? We cannot really help ourselves with anything there. Yeah. This is the moment where I'm stuck and I cannot finish the black section, so I'm trying to just grab whatever unique piece I see. And now we are doing the shape sort. And this, I'm very happy that this is recorded because this is the perfect representation what I was talking about in the coaching session with Fruzing. It was the intermediate level, right? I didn't remember what word I used, but intermediate level. So we have the main pile and we are just doing the 3 different piles out of it. 4 ins, 2 ins on one side and 2 outs on the other side, and 3 outs. And the thing that is left is just the normal pieces. So I'm starting to do the shape sort, but I kind of abandoned it, and I should go back to it. Yeah. So in the meantime, when I just see something that is very recognizable, I just place it in, but I just try to do the shape sort as fast as I can because I'm sure it will help me. When you're in a high stress situation, it's always good to do the shape sort. Like the sentiment of not doing the shape sort because it's taking so much time and it does help, but you cannot spend so much time on trying to help yourself. I think it's kind of a bad way of thinking because we have to help ourselves however we can, right? And so I think the shape sort is done. I didn't even notice the moment that it was done. Now I'm trying to focus on those sections that I mentioned. The black section is coming together. And now I think I'll just go towards completing the black section also on top of the pink, so the section number 5. As you can see, it's going together quite fast. I am also using my left hand. This is unique. I rarely do that, so it must have been just an instinct at this point. Yeah, and at this point is just kind of combined way of me trying to go both by shapes and sometimes looking at the image and recognizing what I see. Because I remember it vividly, I tried to look at the image and to recognize the pieces looking at this pink blob. Like, I know for some people it can be impossible to even like imagine how it works, and I think it's impossible for me to explain how it works. It's kind of like I look at this and I think to myself, okay, just imagine like this is like green branches with leaves, and for some reason leaves are easier for me than anything else, so it just works. So we are going towards not having other pieces than only one type, and it will kind of slow us down, but fortunately we are finishing up. So we have sections 1, section finishing section 2, section 3, we have section 4 and section 5. So now final touch-ups on those sections on the top, and we'll be finishing up with the last section, which is the pink blob. You can see I'm trying with both of my hands. Yeah. Because I also have the tendency to, maybe not forcefully, but kind of rapidly trying to put the pieces in. I use my left hand to like keep the puzzle on the table so it doesn't like fly away. Yeah, we just put last piece of the fish in. Okay, so now it's just looking at the pieces and looking at the shapes. Rotating pieces in one of your hands, if you are able to do it with both, great. If you can't do it with either of your hands, just place the piece on the table and rotate it on the table and then pick it up and place it in. Like, you have to start somewhere, right? But you can see that I am flipping very, very fast in my hand, so it helps in the long run, but it's not necessary. And also, one thing that I wanted to point out is that I don't know if you could tell looking at this puzzle. So let me just go here so I can show it more properly. So when we look at the coral, right, and like everything that we have to think about doing the coral, we can have two approaches, right? First approach is trying to like have the pieces that we think that are the most recognizable and having them in one of our hands and just trying to place them everywhere, and at some point they have to fit somewhere, right? Because if we have just mashup of different holes, at some point the pieces should be fitting somewhere. We can agree on that, right? So it's not like we have a whole big hole and some of the pieces cannot be connected to anything. When we are in this situation, like let's say like like this, like in this moment, everything that is on the table can be fit into the puzzle. Everything. So we have the two options. The first option that I mentioned is just taking the piece that we recognize the most and try to put it in those spots that we suppose that it should go to. And the second option is what I did here, which is not placing the pieces until we are sure where they go. And it might appear as though I'm trying to rotate the pieces many times and try to put them in so many different places, and this is like trial and error, but it's actually not. It just looks like it is. So what my brain does is, when I try to look at the coral and those little holes that I can put the piece in, I have the piece in my hand and I'm rotating it, and the fact of rotating it is helping me imagine if the piece should fit in or not. So it works like this. I look at those places where the pieces should go. I have the piece, and let's say I'm looking at the I don't know, the topmost hole, right? The like this is so bad. Like that one. And what is the problem? The problem is that I mean, it's not really a problem for someone who can do it, but I cannot. So when you look at the place for the piece, you can kind of imagine, if you rotate it, if it's going to fit. And for the most part, I can, because the puzzling is like all about this. But the fact that I am able to simultaneously, in my head, trying to rotate the piece in my hand and both of my hand, is like synchronizing with yourself. So it speeds up the process of trying to figure out where the pieces go. And then when I just find a place, it's not like I'm going one by one, it's kind of random. So I just look at the space, because as I said, I'm trying to pick out the piece that is kind of recognizable to me. So I have, I don't know, 5 different spots that I think it can go to. So I'm trying to, okay, rotate, and like pick, okay, so it should go there. And it's something that you can learn, but it's hard to have it constantly implemented and to like do it. It's, for me, it's just a muscle memory, right? I can just do it, it's subconscious. But I was not able to do it a while back. So I think everyone can like learn to do this. And the other thing is, I don't think everyone should, because it's not everyone's cup of tea, right? Everyone should be puzzling as they want to, and they are able to. Yeah, and I think we lost the, let me see. I think we lost for a moment the the timer. Anyway, the final time was 36:30. Yeah, and it was visible. Okay, never mind. So, I have 4 more recordings to talk about. And I hope you liked it. I liked it, actually. Like, whenever I have opportunity to talk to myself, it's so nice. Yeah, the pieces, the puzzles that I have for you is the Epic Journey, also the first attempt. Then we have Hunter x Hunter, also 2025. Then we also have the Butterfly puzzle, and we also have the Chameleon. And the Chameleon puzzle was recorded in the night, so it will have a lot of glare, but it shouldn't be that bad. I think it will be alright. So I don't know with what frequency those videos will be coming out. Probably weekly? Yeah, I think so. So I will keep you updated. You'll see a post, probably, most certainly. And I have a question. If you have any puzzles that you would want me to do an analysis of like this, then tell me in the comments. And also, I have to be like a YouTuber right now, right? So let's brace ourselves. Like and subscribe. Okay. See you.